So coming to the stage next, he's a regular here at Adele's. He performs at the Camino Real Playhouse. He is the very, very funny Roman Bercot.
All right, thank you so much. It is good to be back at Adele's with friends and family, all the people I haven't heard from since I quit Facebook. No, seriously though, thank you guys so much for coming out. Couldn't have been an easy decision. Probably something about like getting invited to Magic Johnson's pool party. Like, it's probably, well, okay. If you guys didn't like that joke, it's going to be a long 10 minutes. You know, despite all the craziness, I'm having a good week. I just celebrated 17 years married to my gorgeous wife. Yeah, thank you. She's amazing. Although, you know, it hasn't always been easy because she can be a little picky. Like, she insists that the toilet paper must feed neatly over the top of the spool. But I prefer to just balance the new spool on top of the empty roll. She has this thing where she washes the dishes before she puts them in the dishwasher. I prefer to just leave them on the counter for the dish fairy to take care of. Much easier. But she's got this really wild thing. She buys Starbucks coffee beans and brings them home and grinds and brews them herself. I mean, yeah, I can do it myself. It tastes better to have somebody do it for me. Like a blowjob. Okay. Everybody get it that's gonna get it? Okay. You know, for our anniversary, I wanted to do something really special. So I asked a friend of mine, I said, could you recommend a spa where I can take my wife and we could just get pampered? And she said, are you asking me because I'm Asian? No. Yes. But she was really gracious about it. She said, don't go to a spa. You can totally do it yourself at home. And then she explained that Korean women have this really intricate 10-step beauty process that they use to make their skin smooth, radiant, almost damp looking. So I rushed straight home and Googled Korean facial. If that's the first step, I don't want to see the other 9. But my friend was right. I can totally do it myself. You should know my favorite jokes are the ones where I'm laughing and you're not. My goodness. My wife's on this weighted blanket kick. Have you seen these? Big cozy blanket with extra weight stitched into it to make you feel cozy and safe. She even has a weighted blanket eye mask for when she's trying to sleep. Baby, if you needed something soft, warm, and weighty to lay across your face. I mean, I'm kind of insulted you would buy something to handle one of the few household duties I know I'm good at. Call my penis Hugh Jackman because he comes from down under. She watches these cute videos on Instagram, you know, like puppies playing, a baby otter wrestling with a cat. I literally can't even. And I don't mean that the way millennials say it. I mean, I literally can't even. The only cute thing I can really deal with is like Baby Yoda. Which, by the way, Baby Yoda, it's not a young Yoda. I think he's actually like Yoda's kid. And I think he doesn't talk because he's emotionally traumatized from being abandoned on some shithole desert planet. I mean, that's just the Jedi thing to do, right? Just to abandon your kid on some desert planet. That's how I know my dad's a Jedi. What I think happened is that Yoda's wife turned up pregnant, and he ghosted her ass. Shit to do on Dagobah, I have. Be back soon, I will. Wait up for me. Do not. Oh my goodness. A panel of researchers recently proved that people who swear a lot are smarter and they lie less. Yeah, and it makes sense because honestly, I'm a fucking genius. Yeah, see, that joke works on the commutative property of comedy. As a former Marine, I have a vast collection of exotic profanity. Look at here. I'll never forget the first time my wife heard me refer to her lady parts as her flubber knuckles. You know, your flubber knuckles. Your lady drapes. Your beef curtains. You know, your camel toe. Your fur burger. Your whisker biscuit. Your fortress of solitude. Oh my goodness. 17. Oh my goodness. I get up at 6:27 every day. Not 6:30, not 6:25, 6:27. Because some evil genius decided that hitting the snooze bar should only give you 9 minutes more sleep. 6 a.m., I don't even hear that shit. 6:09, I have a vague sense of something unpleasant is happening. It's not until 6:18 that I can really start to think about getting up. The problem with 6:27 is that it's tempting to go one more, but 6:36 is late as shit. At that point, you might as well just turn your alarm off entirely. Let your backup alarm wake you up at 7. Maybe snooze till 7:09. 7:18. I keep forgetting that water is not mine. Of all times to not drink the wrong water. Oh my goodness. I had to quit smoking dope because I was gaining way too much weight. And Fitbit is no help for stoners. You get your daily summary and she's like, you have taken 7 steps today. Don't judge me. Your nutrition summary includes 3 fistfuls of Cap'n Crunch, half a pound of beef jerky, and 2 liters of Diet Coke. I was opposed to legalizing marijuana, but since it's legal, don't mind if I do. My wife and I, we were kind of curious about the whole thing, so we went to Santa Ana to check it out because Santa Ana was like, hey dude, you want to buy some weed? We get to Santa Ana, we pull off the off-ramp, and there's a homeless guy at the light. So I immediately erect my invisible no eye contact barrier. But I look over, and my dear sweet wife looks at the homeless guy and looks at me. She says, what if we took the money we were going to spend on drugs and we gave it to him instead? Then he'd be the one buying drugs instead of us. It's a terrible idea. World's gone crazy when weed is cheap, but gas is expensive. But it does give me a good idea. I think instead of all these ugly-ass electric cars, they should make a car that runs on cannabis.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. It's a cheap, renewable resource, and the only byproduct would be some dank-ass exhaust fumes. Introducing the Chevy Blaze. With 13 horsepower, it goes 0 to 60 in... who gives a shit? It'd be easy to spot the Chevy Blaze going down the freeway. So you just have a long line of cars all going 42 miles per hour. Chevy Blaze would not help traffic, but it would make people drive nicer. Hey, bro, you need over? Go ahead. I'm just over here eating my Funyuns. Oh my goodness. I almost felt good about myself because I had lost a little weight. And then a week ago, I sat on the toilet and the seat snapped right in half. That was not a joke. That really happened. It was like Paul Muad'Dib killing Fade Routha at the end of the Dune movie. Nerd alert! I knew there was one. There's always one. Nerd alert. And then my dear sweet wife, I was in tears. I was so brokenhearted. She goes, "Oh, honey, it's okay. They're not engineered to be sat on for that long." Thanks. Oh my goodness. Speaking of nerds, my best friend was supposed to be here tonight, coming all the way from Houston, Texas, but he had to cancel because of this coronavirus stuff. Freaking coronavirus. That's the worst thing to come out of China since Shenyang. Come see the beauty, the pageantry, the magic. Shenyang. I'm originally from Houston, and despite being the 4th largest city in the United States, Houston doesn't really have a thing it's known for. You know, like Los Angeles, the City of Angels, or New York, the Big Apple. Houston, armpit of America. Houston almost had a gimmick though, because Houston was nearly the home of the first robot brothel. Yeah, right? It was just going to be a whole whorehouse filled with nothing but sex robots. But the fine people of Houston shut that shit down. Nope. Now, I don't know if you guys have been to Houston, but there's sexually oriented businesses everywhere. It'll be like mega church, strip club, Applebee's, adult bookstore, bingo hall, 24-hour massage parlor. So for them to be upset about a robo-brothel, it's a little rich, right? We're going to let you put them good whores out to business. It's amazing how much of American policy is driven by the fear of losing jobs to China. Can you even imagine going into a robo-brothel, though? Oh my God. Press 1 for oral. Press 2 for anal. Press 3 for a Korean facial. Thanks, everybody.
Roman Bercot, everybody.